I chose journalist track because I'm most interested in connecting the dots across systems rather than working within one silo. In my work, I've learned that meaningful reform does not always begin with products or solutions. It begins with identifying gaps, every work in data, in incentives, in institutional coordination, research, especially in lived realities. A journalist track will allow me to approach problems in a holistical manner, understanding the structural failures first and then building solutions around them. I'm drawn to these roles because ambiguity, gaps, and problems exist that are challenged to diagnose before designing. The solution must integrate policy, operation, and human behavior. And coming to the second question, while I was working on the maternal health data system, initially I believed that the frontline workers were being careless because data on the reporting app was inconsistent. I was frustrated, angry on the gaps that could have been easily avoided. However, after spending times with them on the field work, I realized that many were not comfortable with the digital tools. They're not trained properly to use smartphones, had limited technical training, yes, of course, on of the work. And working within the infrastructure constraints, what I perceived as negligence was actually a systematic failure. That experience fundamentally challenged the way I approach leadership. I learned that accountability without empathy leads to flawed solutions. Now I begin by asking, is this a capacity issue, a design flaw, or a structural constraint? Leadership, I realize, is about diagnosing the real problem, not reacting to it or to its symptoms. The third question which was asked was, while I was studying the behavioral patterns among the young mothers and THR consumption, administrators obviously presented an overly positive and optimistic manner and rosy view of the implementation of the program I'm working on. However, field realities revealed recurring issues that could have been prevented with better oversight. This created tension between my team and the authorities we were dealing with. But instead of framing it as an administrative failure, me and my team reframed as an issue that's structural, that's very cultural and local to these issues, and gaps in the monetary system, the feedback loops, the incentive alignment. We positioned ourselves as collaborators. We were collaborators, but we didn't want to point out as that this is the mistake you're gonna do. I think this helped me. Leadership in public system requires diplomacy, evidence-based reframing, and the ability to challenge. Just not alienating the problem, but bringing everything together and reframing as we are here to help, not to question what you're being done.